on to the mass media would be a wastage. Would online or would going digital help here to reach out to a larger or go pan-India?
See, from my experience, I don't think so. The digital basically, in fact, can deliver to the extent what we require. Yes, it is one of the channels, one of the medium, but it's not the only medium. Still, if you look at it, many of our customers, even they don't read newspapers. See, today if you look at in my organization, if I look at my P&L, the biggest, what is called as the area of expenses basically comes from my advertisement and promotion. That remains the first. And today the media knows, as well as the advertising agency and every professional knows, that they openly admit that 50% of your advertisement budget is a waste, but we do not know which 50%. Still if this forum at the end, it can conclude to find basically, in fact, the ways and means, which 50% of the area of the advertisement cost that we are going to save to the organizations, if we are able to come out across that will be a wonderful solution.
Just to add to your point, just have a couple of points, slightly different experience. Certainly, I do agree with you that online could be a way to reach out to those smaller towns because people are far more experimentative, and that is one way to get to your
and probably since morning we have been hearing the power of
mobile. The other slightly crazy contrarian thought approach is that yes, media is fragmenting. We keep hearing and reading about it. And Anand talked about how in the south they have 3 different states with 3 different languages, whereas in the north or north plus west you have 1 or 2 large media publications which still have a command. So a thought could be that if you are looking to expand, why don't you do the reverse? Most of us expand and then figure out what media do I want to service the market. Why don't you do the reverse and say, okay, fine, here's a media channel or a vehicle which has strength in these 8 or 9 markets. Can I leverage that singular media and drive my distribution around those markets rather than the other way around? Then I am leveraging the power of that one channel or that one media and getting the maximum bang for my buck. And most of us don't think of it that way. Most of us just say, oh, I want to expand west and then the 20 towns of the west, and then we have the same problems. Whereas, so Naina, that's a good idea for you to sell.
Neeraj, you want to add something?
I think Neeraj wants to say.
I just wanted to say that in our experience, I think online is just a good brand building medium. But more than online, actually mobile is meant for business. And that's where a whole lot of players from the financial services are actually working on, because the key challenge for us is having acquired a customer once, how do we really keep servicing him through the life cycle? So whether it is reminder of renewals, whether it is renewing his policy, so quick renewal applications, whether it is claims intimation, whether after the claims has been settled, NEFT information going on SMS. So I think mobile is actually working a lot for us to actually do business and bring in numbers.
In our particular trade, it's not matured so much unless it's for gifting. I mean, because the value of the product is high, definitely people like to have the touch and feel. But if I'm buying for somebody else, why not? That is there. But I feel very strongly that India is going to be a gold mine in digital media. People are going to spend more and more time. They are going to buy more and more things on the media just because of things like traffic, traveling to a store for 1 or 2 hours. Who has the time to spend 3 hours to buy a shirt? Or a shoe, in fact. When I was traveling abroad, an interesting thing I learned was, I went to this huge Nike showroom. It's about double the size of this hall, and there are only 2 salesmen. Only 2 salesmen. Asking, what we are used to see, we have salesmen like standing next to 2 feet of each other. And I asked the store manager why. He says that labor is so expensive here. So we are trying to capitalize on digital media. So they have a so-called e-commerce delivery counter. The shoe here is $100. If you buy in e-commerce, it's $90. Clear. And so just because I don't have to pay the salesman, I don't have to pay rent, I don't have to pay for AC, I don't have to pay for current. So selling through digital media is cheaper for the owner of the store also. So it's only a matter of time. And especially being Indians so educated and being market savvy, They say the youngest population in the world, it's only a matter of time.
And that saves on infrastructure also if you sell online.
Comment regarding online, I think for some reason, which we can't understand because we don't make enough money of it, a lot of brands don't believe that they can build strong brands online.
Absolutely.
Right? So somebody told me that they don't see online as a marketing medium, but as a sales medium. Right? So the key advantage that the online medium has, whether it is digital medium, I would say online or mobile, is for you to be able to connect to people who are motivated to buy what you have to sell, which you can't get elsewhere. So maybe it's over time that that orientation also would change, that perhaps you can build strong brands online also. But today, I think that's one handicap we face.
I think online is where radio was a few years ago. People are still experimenting, not really clear what they want to do. And I think that's one of the challenges. And I think the point you spoke about the young customer, probably end with the statement that, one of the biggest challenges in India, and I think in every part of the world, is managing directors are in their 50s, heads of marketing are in their 40s, and customers are in their 20s. And customers are online. So the quicker you figure that out, the better for everybody concerned. And this is really where somebody like IBM does something called reverse mentoring. I may be 60 years old, I'm a director. And the idea of a director is I mentor, I tell you, I lecture. Now what they have is they have a 20-something person coming and spending 2 hours every day with me, telling me how I should unfriend somebody on Facebook, how I should upload video on it. And I think that is the biggest revolution which we must do if we are to make this online revolution onto the next level.